everybody, I'm Greg.
And I'm Katy. Welcome to the Meeple Society.
Today we have Joe, Katy's brother, and Toni, Joe's wife, our sister-in-law. We are going to review the game Gempire, which is coming to Kickstarter in September. So go there, check it out. So let's get into it.
Well, as you can see, we just finished playing. We have not literally touched anything.
Except for Greg.
Except for Greg. He just messed up his entire city.
Doesn't matter.
Okay, so where do you want
Let's
to start?
talk about production.
Production. Okay.
Now, take this as you will. This is a review copy.
Correct.
So the artwork may not be finalized. Components may not be finalized. But right now, I believe components are awesome.
I think, I think the components are great. The cards are I mean, they're fine.
Yeah, they're not bad.
So
They're a little bit thinner than
They're
a lot,
even-
but they're
look at
still
these-
in really good shape.
These are linen finish even. I don't think I've
Are they?
noticed that. Yeah, if you look
Yeah,
at it, you can
they
see
are.
the
They are.
linen finish them.
They got a nice linen finish.
So they don't hold the
The
fingerprints.
linen
and the
finish is so
smudges.
good that you don't even realize it's linen finish.
And everything's printed very clearly.
It's
Yes.
all very
Um,
easy to read.
It's really good size, and the more room,
Yeah,
the text gets bigger, which is helpful.
Yes.
So I like that. It's very readable.
Yes.
Everything is designated properly, and you can tell where things go.
Yes. I
Let's-
agree.
Do you have anything else about production?
Production-wise, I love the gems.
Oh, the gems are my favorite.
Yes.
The coins are good. I have dealt with much worse coins. I love
Yes.
the coins, but they're almost too few of them because we have
Yeah,
one out
fine, yeah,
twice
a little bit.
while playing.
Need a little bit. And I thought
Yeah.
for the Kickstarter.
Oh yeah, for this being a
since
review
there's such
copy.
nice gems.
Yeah.
I would love to
Maybe
see these be metal.
See
Oh,
these
there's
metal.
stretch goal on the Kickstarter.
Or an
Yeah.
upgrade.
Or an upgrade to
Yeah.
the Kickstarter.
An upgrade. I would pay for metal coins with this
Mhm.
because this. I feel like with the gems are so nice.
They're
The
so nice.
plastic almost feels like a
It's-
disconnect for
Yeah,
me.
and
Not
same with
quite.
these. I don't mind.
Now-
I don't mind these being
And
cardboard. They're
these
good for
don't.
what they are.
Now,
what
just
they
to
are, you
explain,
don't touch
these are acrylic, so
Yes.
they're not glass. They're not
Yeah, they're nice acrylic
Mm-hmm.
plastic gems. I love them.
Yeah.
But yeah, these I would love to see these be metal.
Yep.
But
Yep.
they work
we love it.
Okay.
better than cardboard.
Table presents. What do you guys think?
Takes up a good amount of space,
It
but
does.
Okay,
take up
it
a lot
can
of
be a
space.
table hog,
But
but not as
the only
much as some of the
time-
others.
oh god no.
Yeah, the only time that becomes a problem is if you have a person who just keeps going.
Building their city out
Yeah.
and out and out.
Mhm.
Which we have had games like
we've done
that.
that, and so otherwise, I think it's a great table
Yeah.
presence.
I think so too.
Yeah.
We did have a discussion about maybe this being just one board,
Yes.
Yes.
but I don't know.
Or a mat.
Well, and that's where that's been my because we did play with Doug and Mary at one point from Coopolo Nerds, and their one complaint was this: they don't
The
feel this
science
is big
board
enough.
is a little small.
It's very hard to keep track, and it's very easy to bump these. So you've got to keep track on your board as to exactly how much science you have, which is not a huge issue.
No.
But and I have to agree, that was my first inclination, is that this was a little bit small. I wouldn't mind seeing everything be one board, but then with that, could this be double to keep these in place? I love the fact that
Oh,
yeah, those
this
that's
holds
with
those.
that hole,
Yes.
either with the stitched hole
Yeah.
if it's a mat, or if it's a
Something,
double
yeah.
up with a dip
Something,
for the
yeah.
board.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But at the
I
same
love your
time,
artwork, though.
Oh
I
yeah,
like
The artwork's awesome.
at the same time, you could set it up so that let's say I have perfectly good vision and I can see over there,
Yeah.
but you don't. So we want to move this over there for this game.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's true.
That's where that becomes handy.
Yes.
Is well, yes, we set it up exactly like it is in the book. You don't necessarily have to,
Right.
just as long as everybody knows what's going
where
on.
everything is.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have to jump back to production for the criticism of the cards that are reversible.
Oh, yeah.
If this way it counts as a culture card, this way it counts as a population card, but these are only printed in one direction.
Yeah.
I'd love to see the print, if it's upside down, be the correct
Yeah.
direction.
That would make
Yeah,
Either
that would be
theater
great.
again up here and then this corrected.
Yeah.
That it's another note.
Yeah.
But otherwise,
But no, I think I agree. I think I've heard that
Mm-hmm.
mentioned before too. And I don't remember if it was from you guys or Doug and Mary, but yes, just having that one single piece reverse, you could read
Yeah, I
it.
think
Yeah.
I brought that up. Game flow.
really smooth.
Yeah.
I was actually
thought it was.
surprised at how smooth it
The
rolled.
first time we played it, I felt it was a little chaotic because it was all
Well-
simultaneous.
Well, that
But
and we
again,
also did it wrong.
We did it. We were playing wrong. You're right. but I think since we've played it a few times, it has certainly gotten a little more refined,
Mm-hmm.
and we all kind of know
Exactly.
this
The
is
what
the
to
next
do.
flow
step,
of what's
yeah.
going.
Mhm.
So I think it goes very quickly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
once
there's
you
a lot of quiet introspection.
yeah,
But
once
other
you
than
get your
that-
plan, usually once you get your plan in place, these
Yeah.
decisions come quickly.
Yes.
So
Yes.
there's not as much thinking, although we did a lot of thinking this time.
I do like the fact that these can change. There's
Mhm.
plenty of cards
Yeah,
to change
grab
for
And
those.
these.
grab the
Those
cards from
can
up
change.
top.
These, yeah,
Yeah, there's so many options that no game's going to be the same twice.
It
No
provides-
strategy,
yeah. It provides huge replayability.
and you can't use the same strategy over and over again.
Oh no, I tried that.
No.
These are all the demands you get,
Yeah.
which
Now there
Leads
are
to more
some demands.
possible expansions.
There are some. There's 3 demands that have the asterisks on it, and you can only ever have one of those in a game
Yes.
because they're all whoever has the most.
Yes.
Yep.
Only
So
one
only
person can
one
qualify
person
for
can
this.
Qualify for it. Yes.
And then you have another stack of
Technology
technology.
cards.
So every
those are
game
all-
could be completely different.
Yeah. Does
Yeah.
some work better together than others?
Oh yeah.
But
Yep.
you know,
What is really great about this game for me is you have to pay attention to all the things.
Yes.
You can't just decide you're going to ignore technologies.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
no.
can do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or
Ignore
or,
your city or ignore science.
Yeah, you have to pay attention to all of it because it all works together to get you to the end game of
And-
having 2
And
of
you,
those.
you can't
Right.
even ignore the palace levels
Nope.
because these the
Yes.
diamonds
Yeah.
are
Gems are amazing.
what
Yes.
got me to where I was, how I got
Mhm.
won the last game. So
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Just like in
it's
Roblox,
very
yeah,
well rounded in that sense
Yep.
that somebody can't just plow their way through on just building buildings or
Right.
just
Mhm.
building up science, and so I like
Yeah.
that. Oh,
yeah, I do too. There's so many routes to go, but you can't ignore any route.
correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Rule book.
it's in this rule book. Yes, rule book.
I love the rule book for
I thought there was some places in the rulebook. I felt like some very important pieces got left to the very end where you
Right.
didn't know where to go look for them.
Mm-hmm.
Which I felt like that could have been reorganized just a little bit
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
better flow.
yes, and again this is
This is a review
This is a
copy,
review
so
copy.
things
Yes.
aren't
Some-
set in
yeah.
stone yet.
yeah.
By the time you
but
get
yes.
one, it may be better.
But even in spite of that,
Yeah.
it's
It's-
very well
Everything's
explained.
there.
Everything's there.
It's
it
well
does,
illustrated, good
if
examples.
you read it in the order in which
It recommends.
Paul has determined it, because there's a section you skip and come
Yes.
back to.
Right. And
It's
I
very-
do like the fact he says
It makes
skip
sense
this
to
and
skip
come
it.
back.
Mhm. Yes, it did.
Absolutely.
It really does, and I
Mhm.
think it was written well in that way because you have it in the right order, but you need to know these things and then come
Before
back.
you come back to this. I agree.
And,
No, I'm thinking there's one section at the very end.
Yeah, there was like one rule that was left in the miscellaneous.
Yeah, it was left in the
tips.
miscellaneous. I
And
feel
it's like,
like
no,
it
that's
could have
actual
been
rule.
elsewhere.
Yeah,
Like-
it should have been into the rules. Yep,
Yeah.
I
So-
remember that one.
That was my only note on the rule book was that
Yeah.
some of those miscellaneous tips maybe could have been worked in elsewhere and then just have that as a reminder section.
right.
But the rule book's nice.
So
Good
this
quality.
is
It is.
definitely
Yeah, it's
a
good
rule
quality,
book
great
that you
quality.
need to read front to back, get it all read. Not like
Yes.
some of those. Okay, we know enough about the game. We'll just come back to this one minute. You want to
No.
read this entire
You need
rule
it
book
all.
before you start.
Now, there is a section of the rule book though that explains, and I do like that they explain all of these in detail.
Yes,
It explains all of these in some more detail.
yes, because there are rule
So-
books that they'll have these in there, and all that's
Yeah.
up there is that. But this
Some
one
of
it
them
actually
are that way,
explains
and
it more.
we did have some questions on a few of them.
There is excellent
But other
clarification
than
in
that,
the rule book.
yeah.
I
Yes.
mean, so if you have a question about a card, go find it
Yeah.
in the book, and it will
Yes.
9 times out of 10 clear it up.
Yes.
hmm
Yeah, I think
No,
it's good.
it's a really good rule book. I mean, like, I was taking my notes, and I'm like, this page is so good, like in my notes on certain things. So it's like, yeah, I mean, it's great.
So, at the end, we're gonna rate this on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being bad, 10 being good. Katie, you want to start and give your last
Wait,
opinion?
oh,
What?
One last little thing.
Yes.
It's kind of hard to read the cities.
Yes,
on the
this
board.
is my only
Yes.
complaint on the
Okay.
prints. Is the
Yeah.
cities? I feel like it almost
Just
needs to
the
be
name.
just elongated
Yeah.
a little bit.
Just
Otherwise,
a little bit of space in between each letter
Yeah.
would be perfect.
Yes, agreed.
Anyway,
Okay.
moving on.
Okay, moving on.
Now,
So,
Rating.
Katie, your last comments, your thoughts, and what you would rate this.
All right. I really enjoy it. The gems are I was taken with these gems right off the bat, shiny things. So, absolutely love the production of this. The artwork is very easy to look at. It's not. It's so pleasant. You know what I mean? It's so. I love the artwork. I think I'm gonna rate this an 8. It is definitely one I would be more than willing to play anytime somebody wants to. I feel like there's so much to dig into.
Yeah.
That there's so many different strategies you could take and so many different cards that can be laid out. Never mind these guys and when to upgrade and all of that, because I think it's I'm gonna go an 8.
I'll go next. I was actually thinking more of a 7.
Okay.
I mean, it's a game that does a lot of things that most games have not done that I've played before. It is a lot of fun. I think the reason I'm only at a 7 is because I haven't won this game yet.
I was going to ask
And
if you're going.
it for some reason, it takes me a little longer to grok what I need to do in this game. I mean, the game is about halfway through before I realize, oh, I completely forgot about these. What do I need? And I look and I'm already behind. So there is so much going on, but there is only one way to win the game.
Yes.
It's kind of like a failed, but not all these ways you can win. You've got 3 choices, you got to pick 2.
Yeah.
So I think that's why I'm at a 7 on this.
Okay.
Joe.
I was going to go 7 to 8. I really enjoy the game. I probably won't turn down a chance to play it. I can't even classify what type of game this is.
That's true.
It's not
That's a
worker
good
placement. It's resource.
It's a resource management
game, and I got to admit, I'm not always a fan of those, but I really do like the way this is set up. It's played out. It plays balanced. Tony and I have played 3 games, and a different person has won every time.
True.
I will put it at a 8, maybe a 7, because I'm not as big of a fan of resource games. But there you go.
Yeah, this is resource management, blind bidding, and goal oriented. Because you got to get goals.
All right. I'm the same way. I'm between 7 and 8. I really like this game. I grasped it really well the first time, and I didn't do so hot this time, but that's okay.
It's hard to know where you're at.
Yes,
sometimes.
and
No way you can tell who's winning.
There's a tiny bit of luck involved.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Based on these dice,
there you go.
and that makes it the planning gets a little difficult when the dice don't go your way. And that's kind of what happened to me this time. I couldn't balance out gaining the things I needed versus the money I needed and all of that. And so I just didn't play it right. And part of that is I wasn't following that. And so 7 to 8. I really enjoy this game. I will play it every time somebody asks me to play it. I'm like, get on with the Kickstarter. So I just like it. I like the components. I like the gems. I like all of the possible mechanics for ways for you to get ahead. So that way, and what I like about that is nobody can steamroll. And that's what I like.
Right.
Okay, he's going that science track. I get it. I can pivot and go somewhere else. I like that it gives you those opportunities. It's not, oh, hey, once one person gets ahead, it's over.
Right. Because there's no real score to the game.
No, there's not. There's no way of keeping track of who's actually in the lead.
And you keep it a secret if you don't put anything out there. I was like, hey, I've got this goal.
Yeah.
It's like you don't take that.
Yeah, nobody knows till you have it.
Yeah.
Unless they're really watching you and they're doing the math, which is
Who has time for that?
The only one that I could do is this 9 cards per second
you
row.
can see that one easily.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yep.
Which I was keeping an eye on everybody's second row.
The only thing that keeps it from being a complete 8 for me is there's a lot of maths.
Yes,
there's a lot of math.
And I have ADHD, so sometimes I forget about all the things that I have to math, and then I get behind because I don't realize I'm missing things that I have. And so that's the only tricky part. But I do like that in the rule book it says you might want to have a calculator handy.
Yes.
I mean, it's not necessary because we have not used it any of the times we have played.
But some people might want to have a notebook.
If you have a hard time just keeping the numbers in your head and whatnot, and you just want a faster way to add, definitely have a calculator.
Well, it's like these ones that are per building. You might want to have a little notebook that says, hey, these cards are per building. So every time you add a card, I need to check those.
Well, and we had a brief thought of sleeving the cards so you could dry erase on them, but then I thought the sleeves would get kind of yicky very quickly.
Yes.
So we discarded that option right off the bat.
Yeah.
But
But
Yeah.
This is nice.
I want this game. It needs to go to Kickstarter. It needs to win.
One of my only complaints is it is 3+, and I get why it's 3+.
Oh, yeah.
So
Two
it's
people-
not
You
going
need
to
to
come
be
off the
3+.
shelf as often as it could.
This plays 3 to 5.
It's 3 to 5, yeah.
I think that
he
the
said
balance
possible
would be
expansion.
destroyed.
I think that
No, I
balance
said
is
there's
absolutely
room for expansion
Yeah.
with these cards.
Oh
Yes,
yes, obviously
absolutely.
card packs easily.
Card packs, maybe different
Different
tiles there that maybe do something a little different. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
there's
could-
lots
Yeah.
of
It could come
opportunity.
out. There could be
Yeah.
another resource that come in, or
Yeah.
for
an
another
expansion
track.
for the board or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. That is Gempire, and as Tony says, it needs to get to Kickstarter really quick because she wants it. So that is
All right.
our review on Gempire. So until then, we'll see you at the next one.